Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Chris Berg. I'm sure you were probably losing sleep, worried about the moose on the loose up in Grand Forks. Actually, I think the news came in probably before you went to sleep. But it was pretty crazy video, right? Remember we were breaking that news yesterday. Yeah. There was a moose on the loose, and yesterday at 9 we didn't have video, but now we have video. It was actually running around the football field. We talk all the time about the animals on the field here at NDSU. Well, they have animals on the field up at UND as well.
That is fantastic.
Look at that thing go, too.
Yeah.
I still may put my money on Trey Lance for speed. But, right, that moose is like sprinting around. Anyway, the good news is, actually, they brought in the Chihinkapa Zoo staff from Wahpeton, and they went up there and they did a catch and release. It came out last night that they caught the animal and released the moose. It was a lady, and now she is out in the rural areas where she's safe. But and UND police apparently are saying thank you everyone for listening, staying out of the way, because moose can be dangerous, even really deadly if agitated. So we just wanted to get that out there. But great video, right?
Well, I think what they're not telling you is Bubba was trying him out for this week. That's why he was on the football field. Bubba was like, we could use someone just plowing through the code green defense.
Well, when you're playing NDSU, UND has to, do whatever they can. It's going to be a great game. Be some big animals out on the field. It's going to be at the Fargo Dome, though, of course. But how incredible. We wouldn't know. Maybe that moose was actually inside. Do they practice inside the Alaris? Where do they practice, the football team? Probably inside. Or do they practice outside?
But since they're playing in the Dome, probably inside the Alaris this week. But
because practices are closed, so we don't know. Maybe the moose had been inside the Alaris Center, and that's, the trick play.
Right. That was him just warming up for his tryout right there.
UND, we should talk about that again, though. UND, NDSU, the game is on Saturday. I am so pumped up all this week. Actually, we are going to be eating some Dynasty Delight ice cream here with NDSU. You were asking, I know my sister can't come every time we have NDSU on, but we're going to have ice cream for breakfast because we're talking about NDSU ahead of the big game. But we also have to talk about that great pregame show. Once again, 90 minutes happening on Saturday. And then the game's at 2:30. The Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show. I made the mistake of not recording it when I was at Target Field, so I missed this one. So now,
really?
I know. So now I have it set already because I'm going to be at the football game. I hate missing out. I told you I'm home on Sunday morning, so I watch the coaches show. I love to listen to Beth all week and kind of talk about, but I know once again our team is lining up some great stuff. 90 minutes full, breaking down the whole game. I talk a lot about Chad Stark. He's a former NDSU football player. I did see his wife posted something like it's NDSU UND week. He's already on the phone doing interviews. So all former players, both sides, are probably very busy all week as the everyone gets
it's going to be so fun to look back on some of the old games between those two. And it was cold at times, and UND won a national championship when Max Schneider was there. And so it's just, I can't wait to see what our team's going to put together for the pregame show. Hopefully they're going to bring in, maybe Tony Satter's going to show up. I talked to Alex at one point. His name was mentioned. I don't know if he could make it or not, but I always love hearing from Tony. Tony was back, they're back in the day and did his thing, had a little shot at the NFL. And so it's going to be an awesome show. And the buzz around town, everybody you talk to, all the local media, everyone's talking about the game.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm so excited. It's only Wednesday, so I have a couple more days, but it's building already. Okay, we're talking about animals. Why don't we, animals on the football field, animals like moose running around. We do want to show you some of the cute animals that are up for adoption this week from the Homeward Animal Shelter. We're going to start right now with Allura. This girl just wants to have fun. Her name is Allura, total sweetheart, loves to cuddle up on the couch, a big fan of kids. Not a young pup anymore. She loves to relax on the couch, doesn't get along with other pets though. So she does need all of your attention. No other pets, please.
And this little kitty cat is named Copper.
Oh, fitting name.
That's a great pick. So Copper's warm, lovable guy, just wants to hang out and cuddle, loves to play, won't get too carried away, loves also a snack, maybe a little bit more than the normal kitty cat, but Copper can get along with other pets as well. So just kind of likes her own space, but if you got a puppy and want to bring in a kitty and watch those two build a friendship, Copper may be your kitty.
Okay, how about this? It's not an animal, it's actually an insect, right? What are spiders?
Yeah.
This is
knows
the
what
word
Mr.
on the
Tony?
street. Everybody is freaked out with all of the boxes around here. I love to do some Amazon shopping. A new warning is out today about what might be delivered to your front door. It started out with a woman who found venomous spiders inside her packages. I think the first story came out of Kentucky, but ew, they just told me, look behind you, Lisa. How gross is that? Yeah, I'd like to say don't look. Close your eyes if you're scared of spiders. They're brown-colored, six-eyed creatures. They're the brown recluse. Have you ever been around a brown? I have not, and I would not ever want to be. Apparently, dozens were found in a Kentucky home, and the pest control experts there are pointing fingers at online stores like Amazon and Chewy.com. They're advising people to open your packages outside the house before you bring them in. Apparently, there have only been 2 spotted around here, but it was, they're saying cardboard boxes and storage bins. They sometimes show up. So, yes, it happened in Kentucky, but who knows where you're getting your stuff shipped from?
Oh my gosh, I would freak out if I opened up a package and saw a huge big old spider.
I would lose it. So one of the guys walked into the newsroom this morning started rattling all the boxes that were inside, and we were all freaking out. How completely gross is that?
Horrible. I don't even know what I'd do.
You're going to stop shopping on Amazon now. Well, maybe not.
I don't know, but it definitely makes you shake it or do something and say, no thanks, I do not like spiders.
I couldn't handle that. If a spider, ugh. Okay, this is a bit of good news. I actually wanted to talk about this just because there was so much interest from so many people. Did you hear the little boy who was thrown off the balcony from the Mall of America is now back home?
Oh,
it was
good.
5 months, 5 months.
Yeah.
I think he was in the hospital. They were doing in-hospital treatment. He's still going to have to do some rehab because multiple injuries. It was 40 feet he was thrown to the ground. So can you imagine? I mean, it's like a miracle that he survived. But after 5 months, it's a little small miracle, celebrating that he's finally just able to be home. It's hard for kids to have to be at the hospital at any point, but especially when we're talking about 5 months. And that's the guy, Emmanuel Aranda, who actually admitted that he was looking for someone to kill. He pleaded guilty to attempted premeditated first-degree murder. And apparently, he's now appealing his case to the Minnesota Court of Appeals, which, come on, he pleaded guilty already. And anyway, the good news is the little boy is doing well as you can imagine.
Thank goodness. That was such a horrible
story,
yeah.
for sure.
On a much lighter note, this is unbelievable. So as we all know, Trey Lance went out. He's a frosh. First start for the Bison in Target Field, kind of his hometown, if you will. And the guy lit it up. I mean, threw the ball really well, ran really well, did everything you would ask a guy to do in his first game. And now, we're not the only people that are kind of digging Trey Lance. Apparently, ESPN as well has put him on a certain watch list. I don't know if we have a graphic for this, because for me just to announce it is crazy. He is now on the Heisman Trophy watch list of the season, and he comes in at number 10. They usually have, 3 or 4 dudes go to New York. So if Trey Lance ends up in New York for the Heisman, just even be there as an FCS guy would be epic.
And being a Minnesota guy too, I love that.
Gosh.
Good old Minnesota boy, NDSC. Yeah, and it was his first game. I mean, first real game. Call it the first real game.
Yeah, his first start. So it's just incredible, and it's so funny because Beth Hool and I were talking last night, and just you think about all the things that she's been able to do just because of the Bison, and now. Who knows if this is going to happen, but the fact that Beth Hool might be in New York City covering the Heisman because of another Bison would just be epic for her.
That's why she has to stay here forever. She is never allowed to leave.
I don't know if you want to tell Beth
Valley
Hool
News Live that people are, they're like that. I feel like the first time I went to Frisco, they'd already won a couple times. I'm like, oh my gosh, if they don't win, then this time it'll be my fault. So I feel like Beth Hool can't leave because if she leaves, then, okay, maybe that's not exactly how it works, but you get kind of like that. Oh, that is so exciting, though, for him.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's huge.
Yes. So hopefully, he's going to continue to play really well. I mean, some of the teams really strong in the conference, but some other teams maybe not so much. And so if he can stack together 10, 11 really solid games with numbers, and wow.
Yeah, you're right. Well, we talked about UND already. You know, they don't have anything to lose to come up here and play some great football. I heard the Jackrabbits did pretty well playing against the Gophers. Did you watch that game?
I did not, but they only lost by, I think it was a touchdown. So obviously they were in the game.
There's going to be some competition this year.
UNI took 3 overtimes for University of Northern Iowa to lose to Iowa State. So, yeah, Missouri Valley is always tough. So who knows how the rest of the season plays out. But just the fact that Trey Lance is in the top 10 at any point in history of the NDSU football program is amazing.
All right, still to come. We'll probably still talk more football because that's what happens when we start. We just can't stop. But we're going to be talking about the Chocolate Fantasy event, the YWCA. That's tomorrow. One of my favorite events of the year, really. We're going to be talking about what you need to do tomorrow. You're maybe going to do a little dancing with some doctors today as well. We're going to eat ice cream with NDSU. That's next here on North Dakota Today.